Welcome. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how we can remove a node from MariaDB Galera cluster. Actually, adding or removing a member from the cluster is really straightforward and it is very simple. You simply stop the MySQL service on the target node that you want to remove. You update the cluster.cnf file on the remaining nodes by removing its reference of the node. And in where you want to do it, you want to do in the GCOM, the global communication parameter, and that is it. You do not need to restart the whole cluster. You don't need to reboot any of the node. Whenever the next time you stop or you reboot the node, it will not complain about the removed node as we have already removed its reference. This is that simple. Okay, let me show you that. For example, this is node 3. I want to remove that, right? I want to remove this from the cluster. So let me go ahead and stop the MySQL on it. Sudo systemctl stop MariaDB.service. That is it. Now go ahead and on the other nodes, go ahead and do vi etc my.cnf.d and then cluster. Go ahead and change this from gcom c1 c2 to just c2. Okay, that is all. So let's go ahead and save it. Similar way, let's go ahead and do on this side. Let's go ahead and run that and remove the reference of the cluster address. So now the cluster, as I should say, this is a 2-node actually cluster, right? Let's go ahead and save it. That is it. We have stopped it. Now we can go ahead and we can uninstall, we can remove all the packages. That is all. Now let's go ahead and do, because I have MySQL config editor as a root, let me go ahead and say MySQL show databases. Let's go ahead and drop the database from the second node. Control C, Control V. The database has been dropped. Go ahead and show databases. Control C, sudo -i MySQL show databases. There is no complaint, right? Let's go ahead and do show tables from MySQL and you should see these tables. Let's go ahead and say select star from MySQL dot cluster members and you should see only 2. No complaint at all. And if you want to see, let's say cluster, no complaint at all. Okay, so and if let me say show status like ws rep cluster, and let's see what it has to say. It should say that the size of the cluster is 2. There is no configuration on one of the node. There is no cluster manager or anything in the Galera cluster. This is all active primary servers. So as you can see that how easy it is to either add a node or remove a node from a Galera cluster. Doesn't matter you have a Percona XDB cluster, you have a MariaDB Galera cluster, or you have a Galera cluster for the MySQL. Either way, as long as we are using the Galera cluster, anytime a node can join and anytime a node can be removed from the cluster and the configuration will be automatically adjusted. I hope this lesson has been informative for you and I will see you in the next lesson.